Hello traders, you're welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are diving into a powerful tool that can give you a serious edge in analyzing market momentum. All right, and that particular tool that we will be looking at is the Volume Oscillator Indicator. Okay, so if you want to improve your trading analysis and understand when buying or selling pressure is shifting, this is the indicator you need to master. So stick around, because by the end of this video you will know exactly how to use it, how to set it up, and how to interpret its signals like a pro. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth trading content. Let us get started. Now, the volume oscillator indicator, as you can see it here, it is a momentum based tool that helps traders analyze changes in trading volume over time. Instead of looking at raw volume bars, this indicator compares two moving averages of volume, one short term and one long term, to determine whether buying or selling pressure is increasing or decreasing. Now, the formula is pretty simple, right? It calculates the difference between the short term and long term moving averages of volume and expresses it as a percentage. Now, when the oscillator is positive, it means short term volume is higher than long term volume, signaling strong market participation. On the other hand, when it is negative, you can see that there is a bar here, a midpoint. Above this middle line is positive territory, below the middle line is negative territory. So when the indicator is in the negative territory, it means that volume is drying up, which could indicate weakening momentum. Okay, now setting up the volume indicator, the volume oscillator indicator, right? Because this is the volume oscillator indicator. Okay, setting it up is quick and easy. Okay, let me just walk you through the steps. If you are using the trading view platform, you just have to click on these indicators, and just search for it, right? Volume oscillator, and you can see this is it. So you just click on it, right? You select the indicator, apply it to your chart, then you can adjust the settings if you wish. The input, you can set the length for the value for the short length, the value for the long length, the thickness of the indicator, the color, and all of that, the visibility. You can edit it if you wish. All right, typically traders use the 5 period short term moving average and uh you can decide to leave the default settings basically. All right, but you can tweak them based on your strategy. If you have a strategy that is dependent on a specific setting, then that's actually fine. Okay, you can customize the colors according to your taste, appearance, and all of that to make it easy to read on your charts. Now let's just break down how to read this indicator. When the volume oscillator rises above zero, it means short-term volume is increasing faster than the long-term trend. Okay, this can indicate strong buying or selling pressure depending on price action. When the oscillator falls below zero, it means that volume is drying up, signaling a potential slowdown in momentum. If price action is not confirming a move, it could mean a reversal or consolidation is ahead. Now, a key tip for you: don't just rely on the volume oscillator alone. Always use it alongside price action, trend analysis, and other technical indicators like RSI or moving averages for confirmation. So before we wrap up, let's talk about some common mistakes that traders make when using the volume oscillator indicator. Now, the first mistake is using it in isolation. The volume oscillator helps with market momentum, but you need additional confirmation before making decisions. So, in as much as this indicator is quite effective, it does not mean that it is accurate all the time. So, in order to reduce your chances of false signals, it is better if you use it alongside other indicators. Get your confirmations, all right? Have confluences when you want to execute a trade. Okay, so these are very important. The second mistake is ignoring market context. Now, a rising volume oscillator does not always mean a strong trend. So you have to check whether the volume increase is happening in the right context, like a breakout or a pullback. Ensure that you check out for those. It's very important. All right, it's very important. You can mark out key levels on your chart. Okay, you can mark out key levels on your chart so that you can easily identify when a breakout happens, or potential reversal points. Basically, it's important to have these important levels marked out on your chart. Now let's talk about the third mistake, which is overcomplicating settings. The default settings is actually fine. All right, that is the reason why I said if your strategy requires a specific setting, maybe your strategy requires you to change this to 3 or change this to 10 or change this to 20 or whatever, then that's fine. But if not, you can actually leave the settings. Okay, the default settings work well for most traders. So avoid sweating too much unless you've back tested and found a better combination. Okay, now before we finally wrap up, let's just talk a little bit about risk management. Irrespective of the strategy that you are using, risk management is paramount. Okay, so ensure that you always pay attention to good risk to reward ratios. Do not trade with an amount that you cannot afford to lose. Do not risk more than 2% of your account balance in a single trade. Ensure that you put all these into consideration and test out your strategy on demo accounts first before going to your live account. Okay, in case of if you make any mistakes, you of course will make the mistake on your demo account before you go to live account, once you have already mastered the strategy or mastered the indicator. So that is a wrap on the volume oscillator indicator. Now that you know how it works, how to set it up and how to interpret its signals, go test it out on your charts. Right, so what do you think? Do you use the volume oscillator in your trading strategy? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future trading tips. See you in the next video. Happy trading.